Phil and Jalen, 2013 NBA Preview.
The suddenly rejuvenated Sacramento Kings. You know why they're rejuvenated, Jalen?
Shaq is a part owner?
No. They're rejuvenated because they got
Boogie!
rid of their old owners. They got rid of the Maloofs, which brings us to the collective fan base mindset.
Is that Michelle Beadle?
That's, wow, it does look like Michelle Beadle. This is a Robert De Niro, Leo DiCaprio movie named This Boy's Life. Roll the clip.
I could leave with you right now, couldn't I?
Yes, you could.
I could walk
That's
right
the
out
Maloof
that
right
door,
there.
couldn't I?
That's all three Maloofs.
What?
What? Where are you going?
Dwight.
No,
Where you
you're
going,
not.
Kings fans?
No, what about me?
I'm leaving, Dwight.
No, Maloofs, we're leaving.
You, Dwight.
We got new
Why do
owners.
you want me to stay? You don't even like me.
Yeah, you don't like us. You don't spend money.
What about me?
No,
What am I
you're a bad
supposed
owner.
to do? What about me?
Yeah, run, Kings fans, run! Run! Run, you have new owners! Keep going! Look, they're the Maloofs.
What about me?
Ah, I'm sorry, I screwed up for 10 years.
What about me?
My ball, I'm bad. See, there they go. They're so happy, Jalen. The Kings fans have made it.
Thing, you'll remember me.
Yeah, they'll remember you all right. They'll remember 10 years of losing.
This is one of the franchises that never won an NBA championship.
Nope. So what they did was they got a part owner who used to kill them all the time in the playoffs.
Four-time champion.
Here's what they did last summer. The best thing they did was they signed a really good bench forward, Carl Landry, for a fair price, $26 million, 4 years. Ma ba booty. Can never say
Good
that.
job.
But he's a good defender. Grievous Vasquez, who put up huge assist stats last year, I gotta be honest, I'd rather have him for $1.5 million than Tyreek Evans, who went to New Orleans for $44 million. And then they also drafted Ben McLemore, who both of us really like.
And Ray McCallum, who I really like for
Oh yeah,
Detroit.
you like Ray McCallum. They have 2 expiring contracts, both of whom I don't think will be on the team in February. Let's look at their rotation, because it's pretty interesting. They have too many big guys. It's one of those teams that I think will make more sense potentially in February than it does right now.
It's one of those teams to me, Bill, that the individual parts, if they were other places, I would like them as rotation players. But I don't know if the parts collectively fit.
They don't collectively fit. In fact, it's a mess. It's a fantasy team. Look at the Cousins-Landry combo. Who are you stopping when your interior defense with those two guys? Both of them are not good defensive players.
And we both love Boogie Cousins.
We both love the Boogie.
4 years, $60 million, well-deserved contract.
I'm not sure I like that contract.
I like it for 4 years. Because then after 3, or even after 2, he could kind of look at them and say, you know what, guys, I don't really want to be here. And they could still trade him with 2 years to go on this deal.
I love Boogie Cousins. It reminded me of the Rondo contract a little bit, where they got a bit of a discount because of behavior. I do wonder where you're going if he's your best player. Bad defensive player, not a great passer, bad shot selection, up and down attitude. I love him. I wanted the Celtics to trade for him. I think he needs a fresh start. I don't know if I want him to be the linchpin of my rebuilding team. I want him to be on a team with like KG.
You said the key thing. When you look at that roster, no seasoned vets.
Chuck Hayes, that's it.
Nobody to put their arm around them and say, young fella,
Right.
this is how things need to happen.
They also hired a new coach, Mike Malone.
They did.
Who was the defensive guy for Mark Jackson at Golden State. Everybody really liked him. They have a new owner, Vivek Ranadive, the first Indian-American owner.
Correct.
Ever, and it's opened up this whole world with India and Indian businessmen and all this stuff, so that's been pretty cool.
But your game changer has to be the guy you take 7th in the draft, Ben McLemore.
When we met with Ben McLemore, you worried about what team he would go to because to you, he was almost like this unpolished asset, this guy with this rough childhood growing up.
He's one of those players, I think, that when he comes into the league, if he was to have a companion on the perimeter to say, young fella, this is how you dress. Young fella, this is how you behave. This is what you need to do as far as taking care of your money, setting yourself up for a long-term career.
Yeah.
This is how you need to work.
Tell your third cousin that you're not buying him a car.
Yes. These are the drills you need to be doing. I don't know if anybody on that roster can give him leadership.
It's a lot of pressure on Chuck Hayes. Which big guy's getting dealt? Because they have DeMarcus Cousins, Jason Thompson, Patrick Patterson, Carl Landry, and Chuck Hayes, and Mabab Mute. It's amazing I host one of the the NBA shows on one of the major networks. I can't say Luke Mabab Mute. He's a small ball 4. Then they have this Marcus Thornton issue, but he wants to know which one of those guys is getting dealt. Will it be in a package? Could it be a situation where it's a bunch of contracts with the 2 expirings to take somebody else's Rudy Gay type contract? What do you think?
Here's a dynamic that turns a roster upside down.
Yep.
Is when players that were free agents or taken late in the second round, like Isaiah Thomas, are actually better than the players that they were drafted behind.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you draft Jimmer Fredette, he's better than him. He's shown that he's better than Thompson. He's more productive than those players. So that turns your roster upside down. Who's getting dealt? Any of those guys besides Boogie.
You mean you spend a lottery pick on Jimmer, but then Isaiah Thomas turns out to be better than him?
Correct.
Yeah. Everyone Bill has thoughts. What do new owners like to do when they take control of a team?
They have to initially show that we're going to do things different from the previous regime.
So you bring in your new coach, your new GM, you bring in your part owner, you talk a lot of cool stuff about I'm going to build a new arena, but sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes even though you know you should be patient, you say, I want to win now. I think we can make the playoffs. We saw it with the Warriors. Joe Lacob bought the Warriors, made the Andrew Bogut trade. Couldn't wait. Wick Grossback bought the Celtics, made the big move coming out of the gate, traded Antoine Walker for Rafe LaFrentz. Got to get rid of Antoine. We need to get a big guy. Took on Rafe LaFrentz's terrible contract. This is what new owners do. They want to make a splash. I think they're going to trade for Rajon Rondo.
That's a very nice move.
So here's the trade. You tell me who says no. Sacramento trades Ben McLemore, Jimmer Fredette, Grievous Vasquez, Patrick Patterson's expiring, and John Salmons is expiring, to Boston for Rondo, Marshawn Brooks is expiring, and you have to take Gerald Wallace's contract.
I would trade all of those players.
Oh, and I'm getting
for Gerald Wallace and Rajon Rondo.
And I have the right to swap picks with you in the next 3 years.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not doing
Clairvoyant Building wants you to swap picks with me.
No, you can't do that. Not gonna be able to do it.
Speaking of Boogie, we're gonna go to Kirk Goldsberry's shot chart graphic. As you can see, he likes to take a lot of shots in the paint. Now, what I don't see, Jalen, you want to see red, usually. Why is there that one red spot on the three-point line?
He probably is 1 for 1.
I think Kirk made a mistake on that one. As you can see, not a lot of red, Jalen. And if you look at Boogie's career numbers, 45% career field goal shooter.
You normally want your big guys, your power forward and your center to be 55% field goal percentage.
55 is ideal. 50 is realistic.
Yep.
45 is bad.
For a big guy.
Yeah.
You want your wing players to shoot worst case 45.
See those green things up there? Mm-hmm. Boogie, stop shooting those. You're not a jump shooter. You're not a jump shooter, Boogie. Go down low. See the green? That's where you want to be. Nobody wants to watch you shoot 18-footers. Stop it.
We're going to get some more reds in there, Boogie.
You just got paid. You got nothing else to prove. Get some reds. Get in the paint.
Paid. It's Friday night.
Speaking of just getting paid.
Yeah!
Oh, boy.
Give the people what they want.
All right, so you're Boogie Cousins, Jalen. You're guaranteed $60 million for the next 4 years. That's the good news. The bad news is you're in Sacramento. What do you do?
For you youngsters out there old enough to know about Fantasy Island, the plane. The plane. You're right by Oakland.
Oh.
You're right by L.A.
So you're saying import the ladies to Sacramento.
Give the people what they want.
To give you some companionship.
But one of them better not be named Sweet Pea.
How does it work when you import the ladies? Do you have like an assistant do the travel? Like I can't even, it takes me an hour to make my wife's plane tickets. How do I do it with somebody I just met?
It's 2013 and really the smooth, clean, efficient, effective, responsible, professional, disciplined, responsible, respectful way to do it.
Yeah. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Let's just move on. What does the triangle love about the Sacramento Kings? This is officially Boogie Cousins' team. We have 30 NBA franchises. One belongs to Boogie. I love it. It makes me so happy. Boogie, that's your team. You know what? I think we should celebrate this, Jalen, with a Boogie photo show. Here's apathetic Boogie. He didn't like Paul Westphal. Stop yelling at me, Paul Westphal. Here's Boogie in shades. You like that look?
I do.
There's Sherpa Boogie. Boogie doesn't like being on the bench. Who's that, Tyreek Evans next
It
time?
is. Tyreek like, woo, I skate.
He's like, I'm thinking about starting Import Airlines. Boogie reading a book. See, but the great thing about this is why the Kentucky fans love Boogie. Boogie has a sense of humor.
He does. Got a good
cares?
personality. He has
Got
some
good
flavor.
personality. He respects the fans. I love Boogie. Let's go to our 24-second prediction clock.
Let's do it.
About the Kings season. I think they're going to make a move. I really do. I believe in my new owner theory. I think new owners like to make one big move that first year. And whether it's Rondo or Rudy Gay or somebody, I think they're going to make a move.
I like a lot of the young players, but the parts just don't fit. I like Isaiah Thomas. I like Vasquez. We love Boogie. I just think this team is a couple of years away from really turning around their roster, getting that go-to guy you mentioned, and being a factor in the West.
By the way, that clip was from 2010, what you just said. Hey, couldn't you have said that the last 7 years? Last thing, we didn't mention Ben McLemore enough. I really hope it works out for him. I like him. I like watching him shoot. I hope he turns out to be good. The two-guard position, not a great position.
It's not a great position.
He can
in today's
instantly be
NBA.
a top 5 two-guard in 2 years if he gets his head together.
Get going, Ben McLemore. We're
Yeah.
rooting for you since the job interview.
Yeah, we liked you in the job interview. We're rooting for you. Number 24 is coming. It may or may not be my favorite team.
The Celtics?
Yeah.